Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Out of Box series, and this is this fourth episode about Out of the Box. And as you already knows, we are here invited some of the personalities who do various very good job, career or business in pharma industry. So today we are with us Yoctocare Technologies co-founder Priti Singh and Upender. So I welcome both of you on our channel.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So first of all, I just want that. Can you please introduce yourself, Preeti and Upender?
Okay, hello everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Amit, for having us on board for this live session. It's like a great opportunity for us as well. I have to introduce myself. So I have done my MS Pharma from Naipur, Mohali back in 2011. Post that, I have like 5 years of corporate experience immediately after my job. And then I left that job. And that was like my first step into the startup culture or having any introduction to the startup. So that's happened back in 2015. So I was part of a startup which was more into manufacturing of cleaning chemicals. Okay, so this was there with me for around 3 to 4 years. And after that, I sold out my share and successfully exited out of that venture. And I took a gap for my pregnancy during same time. And it was during that gap that I got this idea about my new venture, which was Best Mom. So I understood that there were so many gaps in terms of the information which was available. And also it was not very, Indian consumer oriented. There were not too many Indian writers out there to share that information with the people around. So that's when I started my blogging journey. I started a Best Mom platform for blogging and also to share their like everybody can share their pregnancy journey and tips with the other people. We still have a Facebook group for the same. Okay. uh, but then this was my first exposure to the internet world. Okay, and this is when I first came across the word digital marketing. So what actually started as a promotion for my platform, my Best Mom, I understood, okay, this is something which looks interesting and it looks like booming as well. I could see that there'll be a potential for this. So I took up a course in digital marketing. And from there, we went into a venture of techpreneur. So techpreneur is nothing but it is an website development and digital marketing agency where we develop our in-house product, we promote them, and also provide the services to other clients. Okay. So this is how the journey was. Interested in healthcare, also have technology background, and that's when just last year when Upender approached us with this very amazing idea. We were already in technology sector, and healthcare is always on my mind. Actually, I love that concept in general. And
But
then
I approached because I found you guys only in my network.
So then this was very interesting to find, and that's when we established Yocto. So we have started with the Yoctocare Technologies very recently in 2021, and there how I stand as of now.
Right. It's really nice journey of an entrepreneur from pharma background, and it is inspiring one. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And Upender, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Actually, I graduated B.Pharm from University College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Warangal. Uh, Later, actually, I went to Naipur Mohali and pursued pharmaceutics for 2 years. Later, actually, I joined into market field. So I worked for around 5 years, and I did many roles. I mean, mostly related to market research only. Um, then actually in 2008, 2018, when I went to Bangalore, working for a good company. Then actually I thought of actually fortunately I met one of my friends there, my neighbor friends. Then actually we were actually discuss so many good things, and with respect to Indian scenario and Indian education especially. Then actually we thought of actually do something into this field. I mean, because actually I don't know how we get, but because maybe in Bangalore is actually good good city for startup culture, everything. So I don't know, but that is actually when I relocated to Bangalore, it happened. I mean, suddenly, and fortunately my friend also there. So we were discuss so many things. Then actually we thought of starting even startup also there, and but it didn't took place because of corona because of mainly corona. I mean, they dispersed, and yeah, later actually I've been actually hunting for good founders. I mean, entrepreneurs in our network, but I didn't get. That is actually big issue in our pharma especially. I didn't get anyone, but I know actually Pranithan and Preeti, they are into, I mean, they are serial entrepreneurs. They started Innochem, and even I followed them on Twitter as well. Even I was touch with Pranitana. So then actually I approached him. So it's actually went very well, and that's actually fantastic. I mean, getting very experienced candidates. So I was lucky. I don't have any experience really. I'm actually, I mean, I thought of starting, but they are already experienced. But I don't know how they accept it. But this is very good for me. That's actually my little bit startup journey. Yeah, I will actually. I'm very excited to see actually how it goes, and of course, as of now, it's very fantastic and going well. Yeah.
Yes, thanks for sharing both of you your background little bit and about the product. So I just want to tell you that how it is difficult for any pharma background people to get into a startup, right? So how you find that kind of idea? How's the culture in the pharma? Because the startup is already built up in everywhere, but in the pharma there are less startup that built by any other candidate. They are not from that startup or technical background, right? Because the startup needs some technical knowledge as well, market analysis as well, and many like how you show the project to your investors as well, right? So this is kind of the culture we not focus during our academics, right? So how's your experience in the initial phase of time? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can take up this. So as you rightly mentioned, like there are not so many startups founded by pharma background people, and I think this has come down to how our education system is also there. Like if you see the way students get exposed in some other education field that we have, so that kind of training I think is missing. Creating that mindset from the beginning that see, you don't have to be just job oriented, that you study you get a job, you study you get a job. So I think we need to work on that mindset as well, that it's not just about the job. We need to make them aware, because usually the mindset, if you ask anybody who doesn't know how to start a startup, they will be like, okay, probably I might have a good idea, but what if I'll not have funds? So this is very common that you get to hear, that I will not have funding, how do I survive? But this education, that how startup culture has been improved over a period of time, how government wise also they are taking so many measures to bring this startup culture. I think this is what we have to start teaching the students presently, so that they know that okay, they can actually put this courage and bring their idea into the market before even killing it at ideation stage?
I will add some more points.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, in Indian, especially in pharma and in healthcare sector, and it is, there is a huge scope. I mean, untapped. There is a huge untapped potential. So, but actually, when it comes to actually, this premier institute like NIPER, and even I studied in Kakati University campus, but we didn't have any, entrepreneur skill, like, encouraging. Like when you compare to IITs and premier, even BITS Pilani, they have actually good set of things, and they have good network as well, strong network. So when anyone has good idea, I mean, then actually they can get support, not support, what we call, I mean, of course, support only from within their alumni and network. So we are lacking that thing as well in our pharma community. So what mem said, that is actually Preeti said, that is actually we need to feel, I mean, mindset is very important. I mean, when it comes to mindset, actually we should be very, it's not like everyone is doing a business, but that is good field. I mean, business, I mean, this and startup, I mean, business, whatever you call, this business journey will actually give much more, what we call, how to live. It will teach us how to learn and how we can actually maintain in difficult situations, because it is actually, most of the time, actually, I don't, still we are not hoping to fail, but most of the startup they fail. I mean, around 90% startups will fail.
Yes.
But actually, that means actually you need to actually face, you need to actually take odds. That's a challenge, and that taking challenge is very important. I mean, candidates who has this character, like take able to take challenges. Definitely, this is the way, this is the right time to start startups, and go ahead. And there is huge potential in healthcare and pharma.
Exactly. There is definitely ample business opportunities always everywhere, right? But at the same time, see, the people's like thinking that you have to do the courses related to management, related to finance. So is this really true? Because you are already in the business, so is this necessary that you have to complete the MBA likewise, then and only then you can get into the business and successful? What about your thinking?
I think we have two people standing, like sitting in front of you presently, like promoting our startup, and both of us do not have MBA degree with us. So I think if you ask us, then we would say that it's not really necessary. If you understand, see, probably it might help. So if you see the number of startups which have been started with somebody having business administration background, might be more. So I'm sure that you are the kind of mindset is created that, okay, once you do this, you need to go for startup, or you have your own idea, and the kind of networking and the kind of training which is provided probably gives us a good maybe base to start ahead. But I don't think that it is like a necessary thing that you really need to have that MBA degree associated with you to start it.
I will add one point. I will actually, I mean, if you want to do actually MBA in a premier institutes, you need to pay some amount. So instead of paying that amount, you can start in right now. I mean, so I mean, India, it is right now high time to start startups, and there is, it is, I mean, very easy to start. I mean, it's not much money we can spend. So instead of actually going for MBA, and that amount which you are going to spend for MBA course, you can spend this on startup. You can start and you can fail. That failure will teach you much more than what actually in schools and they learn. So experience matters. I mean, then actually, I mean, that is experience matters a lot. But MBA candidates, they learn so many things. They have their advantage as well.
Yeah. So coming to our main platform, that about your Yoctocare technology. So Yoctocare technology, what about it, and how it is beneficial for user? Please.
Yes. So, as I told you, we came up, like we understood that there were some issues in the present healthcare system. We can have like technology based solutions that we can try and bridge like small gaps which are there in the present healthcare system. So one of the major the gap that we came across was like medical adherence, that people do not take medications properly, they do not take it on time, or probably this education itself, that how taking medication at right time in the right dose and properly following this regime is important. That kind of education is also not there in our present system right now. Okay, and that's when we came up with this idea for Dawai Help. So this is our first product, and we have recently launched this in Android Play Store. So this is an app which is available. So Dawai Help is basically nothing much, but it is a pill reminder app, which will, once you feed your medication, it will give you like alerts as you prefer, smart alert, so that we're just trying to make sure that you do not miss your dose and you take your doses on time. Okay, apart from this, we have a feature wherein you can manage your family members, so not just yourself, you can take care of the medications for the entire family through a single account. We are also trying to educate the users about the drug. So we are giving basic drug information and also trying to educate them about some drug and drug food interactions through this app. One more very unique feature that we have for this app is like connecting the user to the experts. So we have clinical pharmacists on board, which are there for their medicine counseling. So any medication related questions that they have, they can ask for free of cost.
That's great.
So this is our first product that we have. Yocto is working to introduce some other products like that. Another product which is there immediately in the pipeline is how we can have a concept of a family doctor, where we can improve the post consultation care between a patient and the doctor. So we are trying to develop a doctor centric app wherein they can manage their consultations. So they go through different consultations in different hospitals, how they can manage it, and how can they improve the kind of relationship that they maintain with the patient.
Okay, great. So about your product, when you launch this product and up to now, what is the status? Means how in which area you are like apply right now, and how's the response from people?
Okay, as I said, so the Y Help is like a B2C kind of product. So it is a app that we have just launched. So it was in beta version under testing for around 2 months, and just in Feb itself, we have launched it in production. We have already around close to 200 installs for the product, but it is just in like very early stage to even evaluate how it is working or not. But these are the features that we have, and we have a couple of features in line as well that we want to develop based on the response that we get.
Okay, good.
One more thing.
Yeah, please.
Still, I mean, we recently launched it for publicly, Dawai Help. So we are actually we received much actually response from our users with respect to this tremendous. I mean, first of its kind feature in India, which is very essential for patients. Certain section of patients are required it, to head medication, especially in case of an infectious disease patient, like who are on the course of antibiotics, and even chronic disease patients with chronic diseases, and even some psychiatric patients. So those patients need to be adhered to medication, and we got quite not many, but quite actually good response during this beta testing only. Now recently we launched publicly now, so we are actually hoping, I mean, get actually good response from all over India. Yeah.
Okay. So about your product, it's really great that you feel the gap of the patient compliance that is much needed for that particular patient, because every time they have to call the doctor or consult it, or call the physician, pharmacist as well, right? So or about the medication, you can consult likewise. And definitely it is a good kind of the opportunity, as I say that the market is very huge for pharma, like healthcare and pharma is the combination, and IT as well. Right now the combination is very good and the great opportunity for all of you, and you are doing great job, right? So I just want to know that how any startup has you are creating some field reminder right now. So right now any market player is there in this segment, or is there anyone dominating in this segment, right?
Yeah, actually, as I told you, this is first of its kind. Right? I mean, you don't find, an app, a service having, field reminder plus, support from healthcare professionals. So this is first of its kind in India. And okay, but we have actually some actual players in in field reminder category. Those are actually, I mean, Western players, especially Medisafe, and I mean, those are actually Western based. But in Indian based, actually, we have very few. But those are not in. I mean, went up to good good stage. And yeah, this is actually a brief about our competitors.
So I just realized that the product should definitely fulfill the kind of the requirement that people needed, but at the same time, the other things about your product, that the revenue generation and how's the it you become your product should be get more installations. So likewise, so how it is a challenging for you, because the people will right now thinking about everything should be free, and then only then they will download it and they can use, right? So it is really difficult for any startup to get the revenue at the same time. So that is why how the startup survive, it is a question mark, really. I saw. So from your eye, how you saw this, that the business model should be how get revenue, how much get revenue. And I'm not saying that kind of the target line, but is it feasible that create a revenue, that so that you can also same time provide the services to the patient and get this good business revenue as well?
Yes, it is definitely possible. See, as of now, even the kind of product that we have also described you, so it's like free of cost. Okay, so we do not have, if you see, any paid features at present. But then, what is important is that you try to take users on board. First, try to establish yourself. I don't say that this is the strategy that works for all the startups. It differs. You can have basic and premium features from starting at as well, but I'm just talking about the approach that we are taking, that we want to first have users on board. We want to first, because medicine counseling or these kind of consultations is not part of the healthcare at present. This is not what we are practicing, at least in India. So this is more of an education thing that we need to develop before we can make that this is essential for people. So unless, so this is more like into creating a new opportunity. So when you're creating new opportunities, there's so much effort that goes into education of your customer and creating that awareness that you actually need it. So we need to first have that base. We need to create our brand. Okay, see, this is what you need. This is what we can do. We have to establish our capabilities, and then we can definitely have some premium features once people recognize that, okay, this is the brand that they associate with and they look up to us for these kind of services. That's when you can have those premium features, or you can have some added features which could be paid.
Yeah, I will add one point, Amit. Yeah, by and large, actually, if you see our product now, so I mean, I went even field research and field marketing. I mean, I did groundwork as well recently, and I went to so many medical shops and even doctor I approached. So what I got response, actually this is solving actually people's problem. So that definitely whatever actually I mean thing that actually resolves and uh, resolves people's problem. I mean, what actually users want. So definitely our actually we found actually there is a huge need. I mean, this is a big problem. So we are actually tackling problem. Definitely, we have a good scope. That itself only tells. I mean, we are we got a good response, and even we talked to users. So, I mean, this is actually a good problem. So we are tackling that problem. Definitely, down the line we will get revenue. That's for sure.
You are on mute, Amit, so we can't hear you.
I'm sorry for this. Thanks for sharing questions. Okay, so we will take some questions from the viewers. Okay, so first question is how to apply for funding. Is there any source for funding for startup? How to apply? Yeah.
Yes, actually, if you see now within India also that you must have seen in news or all social media platforms that there's so much promotions or so much support is coming from the government itself, central as well as state level as well, where they are trying to create these incubation cells and create an environment for seed capital funding for these kind of people where they have idea but they do not know where to go for funding. So in fact, if we see within Telangana itself, we have T Hub and V Hub as well. Okay, people can approach them. They provide like varied kind of services, like they provide mentorship. They create a platform where you can be connected with the different investors. If any government related schemes are there, you get more aware of these things. They create some workshops, they provide trainings. In fact, if you want to reach out to global markets also, they provide training from those point of view as well.
Yeah.
These kind of incubator cells is something that you can approach and you can start up, and the best thing is that they start at very early stage. So even at idea stage also you can go and approach these incubator cells.
Yeah, I will add Amit to 2 points. I mean, 2 more points. Actually, the first thing actually directly funding. If you want the funding, okay, there are so many things right now actually in the market. I mean, there are so many venture capitalists, angel investors, and they're providing seed funding, and that comes later. First, we need to start now, with bootstrap. At least with our money only, we need to start. We need to take it somewhat forward. Then definitely we will get seed funding. I mean, there are so many private venture capitalists. There are so many even angel investors. They are ready to invest. When they will try to invest, once you have actually guts in your I mean in your project, so you need to take somewhat further. Then only they will believe, most of the people. But when it comes to government, okay, they can even invest during ideation stage only. They are I mean, government also doing tremendous job, especially in pharma and healthcare. So we have like things like BIRAC. BIRAC is providing good support for in this industry, as well as even actually there are some other very important organizations are there, like CCAMP, which is there in Bangalore. CCAMP. So that is very good organization. It actually you can see their portfolio. There are so many startups. I mean, they are doing a tremendous good job. Yeah, I mean, like Bugworks. That is very good company, and that is actually first of its kind. In India, I mean, like they are working on antibiotic resistance point of view. They build so many products. Not only one, there are so many others. So CCamp is one of the those incubators, and we have actually Nidhi support from central government. So up to 70 lakhs you can get during initiation stage only, up to 70 lakhs. Even in case of Telangana government, they are providing much support. As a Preethiman said, actually we have for women entrepreneurs, they are providing much more support. So even there are so many other organizations that are there, even in Mumbai, Wadhwa Foundation, and there are so many even Maharashtra government, they are initiated separate cell for entrepreneurship. there are so many organizations in India. They are actually, I mean, state level. They are actually, taking, making actually, it feasible, like, funding with respect to funding. And there is no, I mean, first thing is, we need to start with our bootstrapping. I mean, with our own money only. That is a good, start. Then only we can think about funding. Funding definitely required, but myself, I mean, I don't have experience, but I have gone through some, some books, some stuff from, Y Combinator. They used to say, actually, they said, don't actually, think about your, funding. Don't actually, that will be there once you actually, like, once you are actually cracking good problem. Definitely financial stuff will come into your picture, because people are there. They can actually try to invest. They are actually, this is actually a different era. I mean, now it is actually, venture capitalist era. Previously, during 1980s, 1990, even 2000, up to 2000, even in India, up to 2010 also, there are no venture capitalists much. So now it is, so many venture capitalists are coming. Even government actually, they are providing, support to venture capitalists. To start a venture capital, they are supporting, with respect to tax, and many, encouragements are coming from central, state and central government. So this is the era for, funding. No need to worry for funding. But the thing is, we need to be, good at our, problem solving. Whether if it is, the problem is very genuine and definitely people wants, definitely we will get funding. That's for sure. And you can also apply for, abroad, funding purpose. Like, there is a yoga called, Y Combinator. When, I mean, this provides, funding at ideation stage only. Ideation stage. Just you need to have just idea. They will fund up to, one lakh more, around 1 lakh, dollars. So Y Combinator, they also provides mentoring. That's very tremendous. I mean, you can actually go through Y Combinator. So they provide even actually, some free learning stuff. So how you can start a startup, and what are the actual things you can, do, after starting a startup. And funding, they also tell about funding related stuff. And even actually corporates, I mean, even actually corporates come to, you, and when you are solving good problem, then actually they want to buy you. I mean, there also they suggest how to, and actually, take it forward, how to deal, how to think. So that's, I mean, there are so many, not only Y Combinator, but I like Y Combinator. I mean, I mean, I daily, go through that thing. And in India, actually, especially startup India provides so many, good, things actually to start a startup. And even, like, DIPP recognition. So once you have actually, startup in recognition, you will get actually even, tax as exemption for 3 years. And even you'll get actually, you can do self certification. And there are so many, now this is the, right time for, startups.
Okay. Yeah. So, just want to ask you that if we start a new startup, like any new idea, so it is necessary to go directly to the any investors for that, or we start with our own money, because there is a stake also. Like, and at initial stages, that the people not interested much in our startup till it is widely used by many peoples and it is more applicable. That after that you can apply for the investment, right? So any investor comes that they takes more stake, like 40-50% of stake, and then after the decision power is not yours at that kind of the stage. So that is why, how you feel about when you go to the investor, at what stage, and at, or we can develop by yourself also, without any funding. What is the criteria? What you are looking?
So I mean, it really depends on your idea. It also depends on like what kind of support system you have around you. So if you feel you have a very good idea, and then if you can like really get your family and friends to invest in that, that is like a best start for you. That you can definitely take that as a base. And this is the approach that we have been taking so far. We also want to go to investors, because when you want to scale up the product, or when you really want to reach out or accelerate the product, you need that kind of funding as well to like grow it at that scale. So that really depends, depending on the idea, and also the where the person is coming from, whether you can have that support system, whether you can get some other co-founders, or you can create that kind of environment where you can if you can invest little amount in your startup. That is, I think, the best situation. But then what we need to know, that just because you cannot fund your startup from the starting, that is something that should not stop you from starting any business. You should know that there is help out there from the government side, and individual state wise also there is, that they are ready to provide that kind of mentorship also. They are ready to educate you as well. So just because you do not have funding from the starting, that should not stop you from starting your startup.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing actually I would like to add here is when you want to start a startup, we first actually think about actually whether one we need to actually look out at the problem level. So whether the problem is actually faced by you or not in daily life, then definitely if you want to resolve, if you want to provide a solution for that problem, definitely you should have some courage and enthusiasm. Of course you that we need to inculcate. It's not actually someone can suggest those things, but the thing is we need to actually have that courage and challenge taking behavior mindset. Then actually definitely if the problem is actually genuine, you want to solve, you want to contribute to the world, definitely there are different things that come to you and they can actually help. In my case it happened actually. Actually, I was actually thinking about this problem during Corona. Not only during Corona, I experienced it. Really, literally, with my, nephews, and in case of my family, this medication adherence problem. Even so, unable, even like if there is any drug-related issues like drug side effects. Even so, what happens? There are they need to approach doctors, but that accessibility is very less in in village level. So I came from village, so that is actually big problem. So if you want to solve such problems now, definitely that whatever people wants to, if you are actually taking that such problems, definitely actually you will get funding from from many sources. But the thing is, in my case actually it happened, I approached my friends. My friends are actually, they suggested me how they have given moral support. They have given even some, assistance like initial stage. So we need to actually, take it like what ma'am told, bootstrapping. So friends and family, that's good choice. So maybe family won't support sometimes, but you can go for friends. Friends are there actually. They can actually try to support you because they actually they are very educated. They can understand. If you pitch to them, they can understand. You'll get somewhat boosting. If you pitch these things to your family members, maybe you may not get sometimes. But friends network is very important. So yeah, not only friends network. Even unknown persons also you can go. But the thing is, uh, we need to know each other, for a long time. Then only you need to start. We need to go along such friends, especially in terms of investment. So
Yeah. Yes, thanks for sharing. Some people ask me right now that we are not from technical background, and how we go to the startup, how we approach for that technical part. We hire someone or we learn that things, and how you do this part, how you develop your app.
Okay. So fortunately for us, we have like I have been associated with the technology related products or technology for quite some time now. Obviously, I am not from technology background, but the people who are working for us, so we have hired those people. So that's one more thing, that you need not know everything. If you start learning each and everything, then obviously the process, by the time you have product in market, will also take so much time. So you can definitely hire people. Okay. You need to know basics. That is what I understand, because if you have to deal with the people, you should be at their platform. So you don't really need to know the technicalities, but at least you should be in a position where you can talk to people and you can manage your employees. But I don't think that it is a very good idea then, from a pharma background, just because you need to have a technology related product, that you start learning those courses and then you go into technology. This will be like a very long process. So the other way, better way, would be either to hire someone, or maybe collaborate with someone. Try to find somebody who who is into technology and is also looking for some startup ideas. So maybe you have the idea, he has the technology, and you can leverage that thing together.
Yeah, that happened in our case. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Amit,
So,
actually,
yeah, yeah. Continue,
yeah,
continue.
I mean, it is true story for in my case. I'm not from technology background. They are from technology background, but I also seen actually in one example recently. One of my friends actually from Naipur Mohali only. So he actually I discussed with him regarding technology importance in healthcare and even pharma, especially in healthcare. He was telling like very he's from biotechnology. His knowledge is very very good in understanding, I mean, what's actual technology, what's the importance of technology in healthcare, how we can use it to resolve problems. So they are also coming out with one of the products. So that is actually very good sign, I mean, like ma'am said, no, like it's not no need, I mean, but it is better to get some understanding about technology, how it works, what is the importance, how we can utilize it. So definitely knowing basic things is enough, but to have a technology based startup, definitely you need I mean, uh, tech founder, co-founder from technology should be there. Then only actually you will have to get down the line funding. If you don't have actual technology based co-founder in your technology based startup, definitely it's a hard problem.
Okay, so coming to our end of this session, so I just want to ask you that what is the future? How you plan for this next 5 to 6 year or more than that? So, is there how many products you going to launch and how the work's going on? How you look at this opportunity and the healthcare segment?
Yeah. So as of now, actually, we are in a mission, to actually, our startup name is Yocto. So we are here to actually, fill the gaps, minute gaps, which are there in our, Indian healthcare system.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you tell about what is Yocto? Why Yocto? Is there any specific meaning of
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Yeah, it is actually, smallest measuring unit. It is 10 power minus 24. So people used to know actually pico only, pico, but it is actually minus 24. Actually, it's smallest unit. I mean, in SA system.
Okay.
Minus 24, yeah. So that is actually, so it is like we are trying to actually even consider about smallest issues in the healthcare system. So down the line also, that is our mission. We try to fill all the I mean, try to fill all the gaps as much as possible. We actually embracing technology, so that is our advantage. I mean, we are love with technology. That is actually our complete advantage. So we have actually technology co-founder, I mean, support from our co-founder. So that's actually very interesting part from our end. And so that actually we are actually in short term, actually, of course, we launched recently Dawai Help, which is actually tech plus and human support. And we recently actually recruited some marketing, I mean, not some, but we are into marketing now. We started so yeah, our first we have some short term goals and long term goals. uh, Short term goals actually, we want actually, there are some features in coming, I mean, some features lined up in our pipeline, I mean, not pipeline, in our Dawai Help only, like symptom log and vital tracking, and even actually some other stuff related to local pharmacies, how we can connect, how we can promote this, and not promote, how we can actually make it, take it forward to the users with the help of local pharmacies. So that we need to tackle those issues initially. So why? Because actually it is a Dawai Help. So Dawai shop is very important, linking between Dawai shop and Dawai Help. So we are actually giving much importance to Dawai shops, nothing but, I mean, retail pharmacies. And we have actually other marketing channels. I mean, we are actually we founded some marketing channel, ways to actually promote this this Dawai Help. So yeah, that is short term goal. And long term goal actually, yeah, so definitely there are so many, I mean, I too don't know how actually future will be there. That is that, and there are so many uncertainties, like recently no one expected this corona. So corona came and it speed up healthcare system, healthcare and pharma. So but we are hoping, like we try to fill all the gaps, which are there in the Indian healthcare system. So that is our long term, but we won't actually stop. I mean, we always on the mission to complete that task. I mean, maybe it is a long term process, but we are into actually we are embracing that long term game, not short term game. So maybe short term we may get some setbacks, but we won't stop it. Like we are into actually long term game. That's actually little bit about. I mean, one more thing is actually we actually, as I ma'am also told, we are going to launch our flagship program, that is My Family Doc app. Yet we didn't name it, but it is related to My Family Doc. Already Preeti ma'am told na. So that is our flagship program. Definitely it is going to launch within 2 to 3 months. So that is a big problem in India. I mean, not that, but actually with respect, I mean, family doc and patient care. So patient should get extended care, and family doctor should get his time and much time, and even actually like with respect direct indirect monetary. So we are hoping to actually make it fruitful soon only. And we have other ambitions, like even symptom checker. There even like no need to go to even doctor. We can even check symptoms. I mean, you can get even what is your disease. I mean, you can get diagnosis related stuff with the help of even artificial intelligence. So that is actually long term task only. That's big task, because we need much data from patient point of view, and his history, and his from reports. So that is actually long term plan. So AI based stuff. Of course, we actually try to embrace this technology, especially AI. So I mean, that is actually long term plan.
Yeah, that's nice to hear that you are doing such a nice job, and it has a good future, and definitely we wish you all the best for your all the business what we are going from right now till this. That's good journey should be there. And one last question from our side, that always I ask to every guest, that what is your message to every pharma student who just doing the just want to start a startup, okay,
Mhm.
just pass out from pharma background. So what is your message? Is this right time, or is this good, or it is bad, or what kind of the things he has to or she has to avoid before approach? Yeah.
So, my message would be actually not just to the people who have just passed out, even to the people who are just starting their, pharma education in general. Because I get in touch with so many interns from other sectors, like people from BTech, BBA. We hire a lot of interns in general. So I feel that internships in general help them to prepare not just job ready, but also they understand the startup functioning very well just from their as soon as they're starting their education. So I would tell them that this is something that they should try and take up. Colleges should also promote that during their summer holidays or between the semester, they should make internships compulsory for them, that they can go. And people should take these very seriously, that wherever their idea is, that if they have any idea at the time of their B farm or M farm itself, they should try and associate with such companies, try to take up internship there, try to understand how does things actually work on ground. So you start taking interest from starting on. And as soon as you have completed your education, if you feel that you are ready, you have done your market research, try and pitch out idea within your family, within the friend circle, and try to evaluate your idea. And if you feel that the idea is good, then it's never too late. You can anytime start. You don't need that education label to start your startup. If you have a good idea, you can start at any point of time.
That's correct. Okay,
Yeah, I
that
will
should be
add one
motivating for
point.
each and every student. Yeah.
Yeah, I will add Amit one point.
Yeah, please.
Uh, I mean, for my end actually, especially in pharma, fraternity, actually we don't have much awareness regarding startup. So, but other than pharma, even if you go IIT, na, so many IITians, like what ma'am told, actually during third year only they are going to start. Recently, actually, I found surprisingly Sahara company, Sahara Inc, not that Sahara, but Sahara something. So they started in during BPharm, I mean not BPharm, IIT third year only. So there are so many examples. They are starting, second and third year onwards. So they are doing great. I mean, there are so many examples. So my suggestion is like, in especially in case of our pharma fraternity, it is not possible to start. I mean, most of the it's possible, but the thing is actually people don't get aware. But it is better to touch with follow with startup culture, and follow on Twitter, or follow on you need to actually get into touch. Then only slowly we'll learn those things, what are things going on here and there. The best thing is actually, once you have actually you want to do any something to the world, to the mass, definitely there are so many issues. So we need to find out those issues, and not find out. The thing is actually no need to go, go and get ideas. That is a wrong culture. If you are facing yourself on your own self, if you are facing any problem, then if there are any other solutions out there, or can I do myself? If it is that is the case, definitely you can try for startups. I mean, that's the best way. Not go and search for ideas. That's not good thing. You need to actually face yourself. Then only that is genuine. That becomes genuine problem. I mean, of course, there are so many other ideas. You can also go. That is also the way. But the first priority goes to actually you need to experience that problem first of all. If you are actually having that problem yourself, definitely you may have that zeal and that what we call enthusiasm, excitement to resolve problem. And yeah, that is actually first thing. Second is actually you need to read books. That is very important. Books related to books related to not this books related to business is not good, but it's not books related to who we are, and what is our what we call purpose in in this in this planet. So yeah, that is very important. If you know actually your purpose, if you know your purpose and why we are here, then definitely you can get actually I mean, in my case it happened, and like I always try to read science books. So science books, I mean, those helped me actually to realize what I can do. Really, actually, it's not like I'm searching here and there, but that is also a major thing. Books actually can inculcate so many qualities. And why? Because each book is each life. So you cannot live for so many lives. You have only short span of time, but you can add extra life by reading books. So books can impart a lot of knowledge. So here one major thing is actually we need to get clarity. Clarity is actually missing in this generation. I mean, I also miss the thing is I found in one of the books is actually clarity is the power. So now we need to get clarity first of all. Clarity is the power, not knowledge. Knowledge is also power, but clarity now, right now, because of deluge of information coming out into the inside in the world. So clarity is very important. And then next is actually risk taking behavior. So risk taking behavior, if you take risk taking, it's not actually risk taking. Actually, that is actually nature is composed of this what we call uncertainty. See, I didn't expect, even I come to this pharma field. I was I am from mathematics background, 10+2, even 10+2. So actually I didn't. So things will actually go differently. So we need to have courage to even embrace these uncertainties. So that is actually beauty. I mean, maybe in our startup also we don't know actually things how it move, but we are hoping. But you don't actually know what is the future down the line. So that although we need to inculcate such behaviors. So I didn't have experience, but through books reading only I get to know. Okay, there are these many uncertainties around the world. So we always need to in a mood to embrace such uncertainties. So I read recently one book that is called actually "Fooled by Randomness." So that is actually very good book, "Fooled by Randomness." So that gives actually, even we used to take example from Steve Jobs, even actually so many persons now. So those 1% people are not actually that much I mean role models. Why? Because they maybe that luck would be there. Luck means here actually it's not actually what we say actually, it is already there. I mean, the uncertainty. So we need to read books. I mean, my by and large thing is actually we need to read books, and we need to get clarity.
Yeah, that's great. I really appreciate you both of you because you are too motivated, and definitely this is something I really also motivated from your view point of view, the angle you look around these things, and this is very much needed for as an entrepreneur to become you have started a startup, and every time the kind of the things you are provided to the society. This is also one of the most important thing. So it's really nice and like excellent discussion with you guys, and we wish you all the best for your journey, for your each and every product. Especially right now, you are inventing Dawai Help, so we'll wish you all the best for this. And yes, in future, if we communicate, yeah, definitely we will arrange some more sessions likewise. Okay, on another topics on the entrepreneurship, right? So thank you for both of you, Preeti and Upender, for joining this and for your valuable spending your valuable time with us.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for having us, Amit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, thank you viewers for joining this, and we wish you that you also learn many things from us and our out of box series. So from next we will another session and another topic. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you. Bye bye.